so excited. I've not tried the ZIIP yet, and today's going to be like the most perfect masterclass to actually be guided through it and really learn the best techniques. So I am so excited, and I'm really privileged as well that I get to take you guys along with me. I'll ask if I can record some things in the session, but otherwise I'll just talk about it before and after. If it wasn't for the stabilization, you would see how fast I'm walking. I can see the shard in the distance. So for this event, it's with the incredible MUA Pauline and the Queen of CurrentBody, Emily Buckwell, who you may have seen since really day one, creating content and videos of how to use beauty devices. It's always a really nice 360 when I watched her growing up, loving beauty tech devices and really kind of finding my feet, buying them and using them at home, then getting the chance to work with her, and then now being able to actually go to an event that she's hosting as a guest. I'm not working. Well, I am, in a different way. I wasn't asked as well, by the way, to document or film any of this. It literally was. It's just a press event, and potentially a few more content creators as well. So really, really exciting to take you along with me. I thought I would laugh, but this does help. So I got well and truly lost. As in well and truly lost. But now I'm on my way, 5th floor. I think quite a few people are there as well, so I need to run to the bathroom quickly, freshen up, and then I need a coffee. So you look amazing. Feels a lot smaller than I thought, a lot lighter as well. Oh, that is high up.
The whole journey of the customer comes in for a series of treatments in the clinic and they get a home use device to use in between treatments. For those of you who don't know the lovely Pauline, tell us a bit about yourself.
Well, hello everyone, I'm Pauline. If you don't know me, most of the people probably know me here already. I've been a makeup artist in the industry about 27 years, maybe more.
But can you tell us
how I started?
Yes, because I think this is so interesting when you talk about how you got into it.
But this is it, exactly. I actually used to model. You wouldn't look at me now and think, oh, she doesn't model. I used to model, and I modeled for quite a while, about 15 years, which is quite a long time. I'm a little bit ancient. I'm from the days of the 90s, when there wasn't many black models. There were obviously quite a handful around, but not many. So as a model, unfortunately, a lot of the darker skinned girls during the makeup and hair process, we kind of got left behind. In the sense of a lot of the makeup artists didn't have products for us, for our skin tone, for our skin type as well, and including skincare hair as well, and hair type as well. So we ended up having to research it all ourselves and bringing a lot of products onto shoots ourselves, which is ridiculous because as a hair and makeup artist, you're supposed to cater for all skin types and all skin tones. But you know, we couldn't take that chance because obviously on a photo shoot, we wanted to look good too. And it was actually my model friend, who's a black girl, Betsy. She said, well, you should go to makeup, because I ended up doing a lot of the girls' makeup on set. Secretly, sneaking go to the toilet and fix their faces. And then, yeah, because I thought, I'm not going to go out and make them go out looking crazy too. And it's been going on for quite a while, because Iman, the model, she had that same issue. No products for darker skin tones back in the day. And unfortunately, it still filtered through to the later years in the 90s. I remember struggling going into places like, I used to live in Brixton Hill, going into Morley's in Brixton or to those little shops on the corner to try and find products that were suitable. And it's always trial and error. And that was also, oh God, this is going to be really terrible now, you're going to hate this. Unfortunately, I'm from the days of the 90s. A lot of the stuff we used to see on TV, because you're trying to relate to people that look like you. And the girls in the music videos and on the TV shows, when normally it's always in America, because we looked up to America, which a lot of people do. A lot of the girls were really fair-skinned. So I thought, I want to be fair-skinned like these girls you see in the music videos. Because you do as a young person, you just want to look like everyone else. And I remember going to Brixton and buying this thing called Fade Out cream, which is the worst. It's like a bleach cream. So bad for your skin. Honest to God, I remember trying a little bit on my face just literally burned. And I was like, no, I can't do this. But I do know, I think some people are still using it to this day. And you can tell the ones that are because their face just looks really patchy and they've got like dark hands, really light face, and it just looks really weird. It's so bad for you as well, but you try anything to fit in with those.
Was there back then an understanding of skin health? Because ultimately that's what this is
No
all about.
understanding of skin health whatsoever, and that was the problem.
And so then for you as a makeup artist,
when I went into being a makeup artist now, I still didn't know about skin health. No, none of us did. All we knew, the main thing we focused on was trying to make that person look good, trying to match different makeup shades, but skincare was pretty much get the simple baby wipes, or chuck a moisturiser you get from Superdrugs or something like that and put it on the face. That was it. There was no skin prep techniques at all. There was no toning devices, no facial devices, no lifting. Nothing like that. We just wouldn't even have heard of it. It was what it was, and I'll say makeup artists that were Caucasian or black or whatever, there wasn't much knowledge on products for skincare at all.
no.
No.
And look, we'll come on to all of that today. That's the whole point of this, is to talk to you about that side of skin health. But do you find now on your clients that you're working with that people's got a better understanding?
Oh my God, yes, so much. And they also, they love you for that. They will keep rebooking you if you do skin prep. It's a big thing. I work with Oti Mabuse now, and she's massive on skin prep. She loves glowy skin. She likes natural products, and I'm actually all about enhancing natural beauty. That is actually my ethos, and it has been for a long time. I don't like masking people's faces. I want them to look like a better version of themselves.
It is so intelligent. Right? We're going to do one of the simplest treatments on you today, and I'll talk you through it. And Pauline's also going to do a little demo of what she would do on her clients. These are the things that are so unique about it. To take it back to what it can actually do, I've got a little video here for you from one of our creators, Julie, and this is literally her treating with the lift, which is the built-in treatment. So if you were to turn your device on right now, it would have a built-in 4-minute treatment called the lift, which we'll all do in a minute. It does everything for you, but you don't have to think. You just have to work against gravity. But if you have a look at the difference from one side of the eye to the other, and that's you've done a 2-minute treatment, right? This is the kind of thing we're looking to achieve, and that's the kind of thing you're doing all the time, right?
That's what I'm doing all the time, and why I love the lift is because it's instant results, and my girls here know, they work at this with me. We have to be quick, don't we? It's live TV. We haven't got time for this to be done over 2 weeks, blah, blah, blah. We need an instant result now, especially if you're doing red carpet events as well, and you want the client to look amazing straight away. That's why I like the lift, especially.
And also, you don't need to phone, it's just there.
And the charge is really long.
My problem is I keep losing my charger, because I never have to charge the phone. And then you've got that in the drawer of death, haven't you, with like 500 chargers. You'll all be familiar, I suspect, with microcurrent devices, so something like the NuFACE, which has been around for years, Face Gym. ZIIP is very different in terms of that. You've got your microcurrent, which goes back years and years. It's been used in clinic. KC is probably the most recognisable one for the UK, which you probably have. They have prongs, and they use your body's own natural electrical current, right? We all have natural electrical current in us. Every time my brain is telling me to pick up that glass of water, that's an electric current. It's not a scary technology. We're not talking about lasers and pain and that kind of thing. It's very easy to do. But what ZIIP has that's unique is something called nanocurrent. If we look here at microcurrent, when you're using on OT or any other loose women gals and you want quick, you probably want strong, right? This is the type of thing where if you don't put enough gel on, you'll feel it, and it will feel quite strong. And you can almost feel it. You don't want it to be like twitching or anything. That's old school electrical muscle stimulation, which again you guys will probably remember from the days where people would want a twitch, right? We don't want that. We want something very gentle feeling. But these are these strong microcurrents that will lift and tone the muscles. And as you move down into a weaker current, you've got things that will reduce the sign of aging. So that's what I mean when I talk about this device is so clever. This doesn't just lift and tone, it also tackles pigmentation. By using a lower level of microcurrent and nanocurrent, you can actually treat dark spots because the electric current is set in such a way that it will identify the negative charge in the pigmentation, and likewise with a breakout. And it almost, I like to think of a negative charge and a positive charge on the device, and it pulls them out. I have seen when our founder Melanie works on lots of breakouts, when she takes the gel off, you can actually see it. We love a bit of gross things like that, let's face it. I had a real moment with ZIIP when I first used it, when I had those hormonal breakouts you get on your chin, right? And they're underneath the skin, and you know that was there, and you want it out. If you're moving the ZIIP device on the particular treatment that treats acne, you don't feel anything. As soon as you put it on the spot, you can feel that electric pull and that charge. And that's a real moment where you go, oh, this thing's quite clever. It's quite clever. Actually, now might be a good time to get your crystal gel on your face so you're ready.
Because I would say, if your skin's quite sensitive, I normally go a little bit more anyway, but obviously it does say 4 to 8.
One of them is directional current. So if you think about AC/DC, right? We all know AC/DC, don't we? And that's all about electrical. So directional current is almost pushing round, right? So I like to think of it as the directional current is coming out of one cone and it's pushing round in a circle to get back to the other cone. Because they always want to meet back up with each other. So then if you think, here's my skin barrier, and I've got my layer of gel. Now if the molecules are small enough, my directional current is pushing the molecules down into my skin and then pulling back up again, right? So we have clinical trials that show that you're able to push the halo. You see what we did? So all you're wanting to do, right, you've got to think about working against gravity. So you want to put the 2 probes on your skin, and I would always start just on the chin. I'm not going to put one on my face because I haven't got gel on, and it won't perfect. Of your cheekbones and up around the side, and I like to also focus on like that brow point here. It will buzz every so often, which is basically to remind you, don't just hold it still. And it buzzes to like keep you going.
It's a nice bar.
So you're always thinking, Mel always says up and out, up and out, up and out. So focusing on things like the cheekbones, you can carve out underneath your cheek here. The same with the brow, you can give it a little hold just to get that brow a little push up. And everyone's faces do react differently. I find actually, if I'm doing a treatment on somebody perhaps Liv's age, actually the muscle memory in her lovely young face is marvellous. So she will get a fab lift up around the cheekbone, right? But everybody's slightly different. Don't be afraid of applying pressure. That's why you've got the gel. Like, you can really work. If you get a zing, you need a bit more gel in that area. At this point, you might feel a little, but you shouldn't ever feel like a shock. Yeah? If you get a little shock, you just need more gel. This is a 4-minute treatment, the lift, and what normally you do, and I know what I'm doing with mine, so I'm making my coffee, I'm doing the chocolate toast, buttering it with the other hand, and I would do 2 minutes on each side.
Because I like to also contour and sculpt the face when I do my clients. I sometimes do at least 2 to 3 strokes just underneath the cheekbone, so I can get that lift like that, and then I move on. And then when you get that beat, remember that's the 2 minutes up on one side, so then you need to swap over to the other side. And never go directly underneath the eyes, because that's the sensitive part of the eyes. You can never go under there, but you can go here, right on the cheekbone, up towards the temple, down, rest it on the temple, move it on.
I'm conscious that my camera's been quite still, showing a lot of this video, but I did want to try and include as much info as possible. This truly was the first time I've ever used a device that incorporated nanocurrent in a electric facial. Does nanocurrent and microcurrent. I've linked the video down below about the true comparisons of what both of them do for our skins, which is definitely worth a watch if you are looking at investing in this device or any other device, to be honest. As mentioned, that will be in the description below. When it comes to the sensations of this device, it was so comfortable. I couldn't tell any prickliness, I couldn't tell any shock, but there was one area which is around the brows and closer to the under eye where it felt a little bit more, I kind of call it grippy, kind of just, ooh, you feel it just a little bit. It's not bad, it's not uncomfortable, but you feel it. And that's okay. The routine we're following here is a mixture of Emily and Pauline's favourite motions that they do, but also as a collective, everyone was kind of just having a bit of a go. So if you see my eyes darting quite literally the same speed as the tall doll from Squid Games, you are not mistaking yourself. It was so refreshing to be just not saying anything. This is something that I always talk about, and whenever I've done events, usually it's been me hosting, or I've always had to talk about stuff, and it was the biggest treat. And I know that sounds strange, but it actually was the first time I've ever just played, and I just did. It's not the most perfect motions on earth. I'm really excited to dive into the app and to really explore each of these facials, and no doubt I'm going to be taking all of you guys along with that. So make sure you subscribe to see future videos like this. You'll have to let me know if you enjoyed this video. And while I've still got you, because this video is not sponsored, I would really like to share my discount code that I thankfully was given after doing content. I have an exclusive discount for ZIIP, all devices and gift sets, and even more specially, I have a discount on the gels, every single one. So not only can you support my channel for free, I can share the discount and you guys save money as well. It is a win-win to the highest degree, and it keeps sponsors away from my channel whilst helping to support it. So as always, I massively appreciate you watching, and even more so, I enjoy the satisfaction of saving you money and hopefully making sure that you are getting the right sort of device that is right for your skin, because trust me, I've made too many mistakes to waste any more money on anything else. So yes, let's strike with the precision, everybody, and let's carry on with the video.
New baby into the ZIIP family. This is the ZIIP Dot, all about keeping the bacteria out of the spot. We've been asked by so many people, can I have a device that just does that? So we have made it. So this takes the problem solver treatment, it just has that in it, and it uses a particular level of minus 400 microamps of microcurrent at the start, which pulls that bacteria out. Then it switches into nanocurrent, and nanocurrent is that very, very low frequency, and the nanocurrent will lock in what the microcurrent has done, treats the inflammation, because let's face it, sometimes worse than the breakout itself is what happens afterwards, right? So it treats the problem, and then it helps it resolve itself quicker. I mean, she's a cute little thing, isn't she? Very cute. She's very cute.
Colours. How many colours?
There are 4 colours.
Where's going to be the good light?
What do you
Probably
think?
that as a background.
Oh god, yeah, look at that. From
Yeah.
that, right?
I'm going to get one of these.
Well, that is the event done. Now for the rest of the day in London, and take off seeing some great people and then 2 little meetings, which I'm really excited about. The event was amazing. I mean, look behind me with the view of the Shard. That's why I wanted to make sure that I recorded as much as possible about them talking, because following this channel, you'll hear me talking all the time, and it's actually a really nice chance to actually get someone else's opinion and to hear it with the people that are working around it day in and day out. A little cheeky interview with Emily, which was totally sprung up on her, which is just a testament to how much that she knows. That genuinely 30 seconds before I just said, hey, can we go outside and just, with the backdrop, just record a few questions. Didn't ask me what it was about, just went for it, and we got an exclusive. I have no idea where I'm walking. So not only was today the first time that I saw the Dot, which is way lighter and smaller than you even think it would be, which is crazy because it's already quite small. Today was actually the first time that I used nanocurrent at all. So if anyone's watched my first deep dive review, which is really the way that I prefer to do things when I can, because you end up getting so much more of a deep understanding of the device that you're about to spend hundreds of dollars on, or hundreds of pounds or euros on. So it's always important for me to introduce tech like that. I also did the same type of format of review for the CurrentBody Series 2 mask, which today a lot of people were talking about. There was a bit as well that I didn't record just because of just respecting other people, maybe not wanting to be on camera. Fleur de Force asked a really good question in regards to the contraindications of what if you have Botox? What is the interaction between device and Botox? And always do your research again, and always ask your practitioner who's done your Botox. The analogy that I use is Botox is putting someone to sleep, but microcurrent or nanocurrent is going to help, well, more so microcurrent, is going to be helping that patient stay on an IV, stay fed and kind of nourished while they're on their long slumber. Depending on how long you are using Botox for, the risks of things like muscle atrophy only increase. So the fact that microcurrent basically keeps the muscle healthy while you're telling it to stay paralyzed is a really big misconception, that people think it's going to dissolve the Botox. That's not how it works. Filler, that's a different story, but most people that I ever speak to about microcurrent aren't really using fillers. I think the only things I've really heard that commonly is Botox and microcurrent. Microcurrent and lifting is kind of giving you the thing that you're getting fillers for in a much more subtle, natural way, but it's kind of in the same direction. So that's why it's always a great thing to try first before you even touch anything more than like clinical grade skincare. I don't know if the lighting is just really weird, or the way that I'm looking right now, because the sun's behind me, which isn't ideal. I've no idea where I'm walking to. I thought I saw a station here. I feel like I'm walking back to Waterloo. I do need to see where I'm going. So, BRB. And I got totally lost, but how cool this building is. Okay, so I've got my bearings right, and I thought it would be good to... Actually, I need a coffee for this. I couldn't find anywhere for a coffee. Full sugar, no artificial sweeteners, thank you. I thought this would be a really good opportunity to just talk about extra bits that I learned. And what I think is so incredible about what she said is the fact that it is a really big, not only a misconception, but it's like an unsaid thing, that blue LED can harm certain skin types with deeper, richer skin tones due to that melanin and what the blue LED can do. And this is something really interesting because it's not spoken about enough, and that's even from someone who works in that field. That's alarming. Spoke to her after, which I thought was really nice, that we kind of connected in terms of like inclusivity and things that should be spoken a bit more about, and how certain people can kind of perceive you in different bits. I think it was really inspiring hearing what she said and her experience from the 90s, modeling, her experience with QVC, because we had that in common. That is where it finished. And though I studied makeup at college, like that is the only similarity that we have, apart from like our humor. So yeah, a really lovely little thing that I didn't expect this video to be teaching you guys about. That being said, if you are enjoying this video, because these are self-made, unsponsored, my own time and my own choice to do these full-time, a like, a comment, or sharing it to someone who is into the same things that you are, or you think that they would like the way that I do videos, or the things I talk about, or how I talk about them, I'd really appreciate it. So down below you can subscribe, you can like, and you can leave a comment, and I really appreciate it. And if not, just watch through the whole video, because there's going to be little bits extra of today in London that I can show you. I'm going to finish this and then find a train station to get all my way down to Knightsbridge to go to Harrods.